Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Title Town, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. On the return, it's Adams. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Looking for a productive play on first down. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Grab behind the line. It's Young. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. A lot of thrillers in the history of this series, but last year wasn't one as the Tide rolled easily.
It was a beatdown, and it was replayed over and over on the TVs all throughout the facility. LSU, Jesse, had a year to think on that.
They sure did, and that Crimson Tide blowout was big on the recruiting trail, too. These are two programs that are consistently competing for the same five-star athletes across the board. That's a big reason why this game means so much.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Miller. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Dances away to buy time. Open space at the 25. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Oh, he makes the catch. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. To the 15. Running toward the tape. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Trying to beat the D deep. He's got it down the left. The expressway is wide open. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Alabama!
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Oregon has the lead currently in Autzen Stadium, but that typically dynamic offense just hasn't been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over Rutgers. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they've got to stop the bleeding right now.
Feeling some heat. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10. Fires left. It's caught. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Using the quick game. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end.
That's the end of the first quarter. Alabama 14, LSU 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To the ground with the back. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to run for it. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. LSU trying to convert a 4th down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You can tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for him.
Comes out throwing on first down. Going to take a shot at this DB. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bama!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Watkins. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to put it.
Hey, that's a live ball. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. The quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead, he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. You do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. Just has to do better moving forward.
Makes the catch. Takes it to the house. Touchdown tie. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now. He's looking deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. Their performance in SEC play last year was forgettable. They'd love to make it memorable this time around.
I love when Reese uses that phrases like forgettable, which means it was awful, not very good, okay? So they are looking for a bounce back. They've been selling this program all offseason. They've been trying to bring in new additions. They've been trying to create some juice, Palmer. Now they got to go out and do it.
I think they realized, too, a year ago they weren't as talented as some of their opponents, but they also gave some games away. And they've got to be better in critical down and distances in big moments when they get into these...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. LSU quick to the line. DBs will try to keep everything in front. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
And I don't know how to explain that one. Fourth down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
Here comes that Alabama offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. The throw. It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. A quick strike, just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Watkins. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you've got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. Pocket, time to take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Taylor. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. These corners going to give them some space. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Unloads to the wideout. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Escapes the sack. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They'll go back to the air on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
And what a drive this has been so far by the defense. Of course, they're in their own end of the field. They're sort of in that fringe area, and they forced 2 straight incompletions. If they could force another one right here, it'd make it really tough on their opponent to kick a field goal.
He's going to take off. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground.
You know, and I think they were in nickel package right there, and I like that because you bring an extra DB on the field. Now is that guy covering, but you can also blitz with him. He can chase down the quarterback and force fourth downs. I love when they bring in the nickel package.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Black 24. Black 24.
They'll try to pick up the first. Oh, they knock it free. And the offense falls on the ball, but they'll still have to give it up. They're short of the first down.
On the double.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Back to pass, it's Simpson. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Trying to get to it. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Tigers will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Tide offense rolls onto the field. Trying to set the tone with the run. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Off the play fake. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
You know, if you're going to complete these dagger throws, you've got to have great anticipation as a quarterback. You almost got to throw it before the receiver comes out of the break. You need better timing on that play.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Slips through the line. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time Dave unleashes one deep. He makes a grab. They will score. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
Well, talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
Looking to pass. It's Simpson. Almost had the completion. Just missed him.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got the score. You got the stop. This offense, Jesse, has a chance now to make this an absolute barn burner of a ball game.
Yeah, it's one play at a time, though, right? You're not going to get it all back in one play. Just go out, do your job, execute, keep this thing going down the field. If things go well, like David said, we've got a game.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll try to get the first through the air. Makes the grab outside. It's Sampson. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The Tigers will have it 1st and 10.
And first down for the offense.
Let's go.
Looking to move it through the air. Going for it all. Pulls it in inside the 10. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Skips away from pressure. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. LSU right back to the line. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Running back is able to snag the football, but that foot is on the white lines, out of bounds and incomplete. It's 3rd down.
You know, as a quarterback, you have to be so precise and accurate when you're throwing to running backs, right? They're not used to making acrobatic, awkward body catches. That time, nice job reeling it in, just couldn't keep his feet down in bounds.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And he's got it! Touchdown, LSU!
LSU, number 86.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Kennesaw State has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 7 over Western Kentucky. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on 2nd in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up 3rd and short.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
Off play action on first down. Sends it downfield. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Alabama! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a 62-yard pass for the score. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Set to kickoff.
He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Grabbed by the kicking team.
Man, this kickoff unit, they've got heat-seeking missiles running down the field with bad intentions. They hit that return man with authority, and that's what popped the ball loose.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Unloads quickly. Touchdown, Bama! And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Watkins. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Going for the big play. Fires into a world of traffic, and it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. Not only made the pick, but he also made up some ground and took it back to the 38.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
To the air on first down. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Running into the open space. Touchdown tie! And the route is on. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the point after is good. That drive took no time at all. Couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. The back goes in motion. They'll throw it on 1st down. He wants to take the top off. He's got it down the right side. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They keep attacking through the air. Looking left. Makes the grab. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for... Oh, they're faking it. The holder's going to try to throw it. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
We'll take over 1st and 10.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
1st down here for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Now the play fake. They're bringing heat. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. The give out of the gun. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
Nice run. Great job by the running back. Making a cut, getting north-south, getting some positive yards. Now setting up a 4th and short decision for you. What do you got on deck? What are you going to call?
Direct snap. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down.
How about that? You got the lead late in the game. Get some 1st down. Salt this clock away. This is the exact position you want your offense in.
Imposing their will, right, David? I mean, we know we're running it. You know we're going to run it. We're trying to ice this game. There's nothing you can do to stop us.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Miller with the ball. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. With jet sweep pass. Couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it's a safety.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple weeks, especially the next week in practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David